Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 16 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just going to continue climbing up with Enosh's team, still in the low/mid 1700s. One of the more exciting things about using a new team on Road to Rank, I think, is that you guys get to see me learn with it a lot of the time. So I haven't really played too many games with the team. The only ones I've really been able to play are the ones on the Road to Rank, and a couple here and there off screen. But it's been a really nice way to learn, and hopefully we, use the lessons we've learned early on and try to climb up really until the 1800s. So thanks once again to Enosh for lending me the team. It's a lot of fun to use, and I wanted to use it because one, he had just done well with it at Mass Regionals, and two, I think the Rayquaza Groudon combination is super intriguing. So we're gonna look for our first opponent of the day, and we'll see what we can find. As always, if you enjoy Road to Rank, please show your support by leaving a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. We're going to find Jack from New York with a rating of 1609 to kick off today's episode. Jack here is going to be rocking a team of Blaziken, Amoonguss, Jumpluff, Crobat, Groudon, and Yveltal. So, this is actually really interesting because, first of all, we were using an Yveltal Groudon team earlier, but of course, 2013 World Champion Arashi Madi recently won Italy Nationals with very similar team. He did have Yveltal, Groudon, and the Jumpluff, although pretty interesting here because my opponent's only Mega Evolution can be Blaziken, which is not something we really see too often. I've actually never seen a Blaziken in this format at all. Crobat and Amoonguss are Pokemon that are seen with this archetype, but it's kind of interesting to see both Amoonguss and Jumpluff since Arashi originally ran a Yveltal Groudon team with Amoonguss and he replaced it with Jumpluff. So kind of intrigued by this, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see. I still think this is a pretty tricky matchup because Yveltal is just annoying to deal with. The Blaziken is also pretty scary. I think I like Weavile as a lead here, though. Maybe Weavile Crest. I feel like Kangaskhan's still really good here, though, because it outspeeds stuff. Well, I could go Weavile Rayquaza, actually, to shut down the Sun, if my opponent decides to bring that. I actually like that option, with Groudon in the back. Crest does get speed control here, but I want Kangaskhan for firepower. So the reason why I'm leading Weavile Rayquaza is because often you see like Groudon Jumpluff as a lead. If that's the case, then Airlock will still be up in effect, meaning that Jumpluff won't be able to get the speed boost from the Sun. I also think Rayquaza is just a pretty solid Pokemon against my opponent's team as a whole. So here's Weavile Rayquaza coming out. He is going to go with the Crobat and the Yveltal, which is okay here. I obviously threaten with Ice Cold Crash Pressure immediately. If you're my opponent, I mean, you could Quick Guard to block the Fake Out. I'm thinking maybe just Ice Cold Crash Crobat. Or maybe Ice Cold Crash Yveltal. Let's go for Crobat and Dragon Ascent Yveltal. He just launches the Tailwind off though, so he's going to be going for an attack, maybe a foul play. So I could have faked out there, but like I said, I was fearing the Quick Guard, which would render Weavile absolutely useless, whereas right now at least it's more of an offensive threat. Almost knocks out Crobat, but doesn't quite, and he's going to get a foul play off here against the Rayquaza. Should have knocked me out. Comes really close though, really darn close. Gonna get a Dragon Ascent off here. I believe Feint actually breaks Quick Guard, which could be interesting next turn. Because what I can actually do here is Feint and Extreme Speed. And I think that's what I'm going to go for. Yveltal's by far the bigger threat right now. And he can't knock me out with Crobat, he can only Super Fang. And because Extreme Speed's priority is higher than Sucker Punch, I can ignore the fact that he might go for a Quick Guard or Sucker Punch. So he actually withdraws Crobat, but that's perfect for me because regardless of what happens here, I either pick up the knockout. And he brings in Blaziken, which is pretty cool to see as well. Let's see if he protects. No protect coming out, so I just get a Feint off. And here's the Extreme Speed. Hopefully that knocks out. Nice. Perfect turn there. I'm surprised to see the switch out there, but that even works out better for me. And let's see what he brings back in. It's going to be Groudon. Okay. So, I'm okay with that, but I do want to conserve the Rayquaza for Waterfall. That would be nice. Though I could Extreme Speed here as well. The tricky thing about bringing Weavile and Rayquaza is I neither have Protect, so I'm forced to like take a lot of damage with whatever I want to switch into. I guess I could Feint and Extreme Speed Blaziken. Yeah, that'll be the second turn of Tailwind. And then I can stall out one more turn with Kangaskhan and Groudon. Maybe I should have thought about that a little bit more. We'll see. No, I'm not sure if I really needed the damage on Blaziken. Maybe I should have targeted down Groudon as well. Oh, that does so much. Over 50%. He actually goes for a Rock Slide and misses the Rayquaza. That could be a big deal depending on who Blaziken targets here. That doesn't even bring Weavile down to its sash. Wow. He has double Rock Slide. That's pretty interesting. So with Rock Slide, that means he's probably going to be the Precipice Blades variant. To get speed boost up. Bringing Groudon and Blaziken. What to do here? So I could fake out Earth Power. I could double Protect. I could fake out and nah, there's no reason to fake out and Protect. I want to fake out Groudon here and Eruption. No, but then he can just knock me out with Blaziken. I might have to fake out Blaziken here in Earth Power. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go for. He could Protect here, which I think would be smart. If he doesn't Protect, I wonder if Fake Out's enough to knock out Blaziken since it's so defensively frail. This is where not having Sucker Punch hurts me a little bit. Ah, he does Protect though. So I could have faked out and Earth Powered Groudon, which might have actually been the play. He actually double protects, which I'm completely okay with. Because it means he's going to stall out his own Tailwind, and now Blaziken... I mean, I don't know how fast this Groudon is, though. That's the other concern. As he's going to get Speed Boost, obviously. But here I'm going to protect Kangaskhan and knock out Blaziken. But this is still actually really tricky. Yeah. Kang protects. Yeah, he's going to... Although kick into Kangaskhan, good. And Earth Power comes out. Maybe I should have Earth Powered the Groudon, actually, in retrospect. Let's see. We probably see a Precipice Blades here. Yeah. Oh, it actually misses Groudon. That actually might just be game. Well, we'll see. He's gonna bring in Crobat now. Because what I can do now is go for a guaranteed Earth Power onto Groudon and a Pup onto Crobat. So, unfortunate void there. We'll see if it ends up mattering, because if it's Groudon's max speed, then yes. If it's not max speed, then I don't think it matters. Like, if he's not max speed, then I'm guaranteed to get an Earth Power off before he gets an attack off. He protects with Groudon, which is fine by me, because I'm going to get the Power Up Punch off here. Though maybe I should have doubled up onto Crobat, because I don't know if Pup knocks out. I mean, I assume it will, with the 2 hits, but let's see. Oh, I actually don't think he'll knock out. Haha. Yeah. That's interesting. But I still win, I think, because you Super Fang Precipice Blades, but you can only knock out one of my 2 Pokemon. So I'll just Earth Power. Oh, but I might faint from Recoil. Let's double protect this first turn. Well, I actually thought Crobat would faint there. That's not good. So I'm guessing he's not max speed then. He Super Fangs into Kang and Precipice Blades. Maybe predicting a Protect on Groudon's end. So I'll Earth Power. Actually, yeah, Earth Power Pup here, and then Protect on the 3rd turn to stall out Tailwind again, and then double, which definitely knocks out Groudon. My only fear is like Groudon's bulky enough to take. Oh, is he quick guards too? That's definitely game. Expecting a sucker punch. So he needs to like crit. Double crit here, I think. Not the case. So I hang on with both Pokemon. So Pup here knocks out Crobat. Yeah, I mean, that Precipice Blades avoid is definitely a little bit unfortunate, but that's Precipice Blades for you. And I could have played, obviously, a little bit differently if he had gotten it, because then instead of Pupping, I go for the Double Edge onto Crobat. And then what I do is he gets up Tailwind, but then it's 2-on-1. He has to still connect with this Precipice Blades. I protect Groudon, get a Double Edge off, protect King. Yeah, and then, like, I still saw a Tailwind. So I think I would have won that one even without the miss, but definitely a little bit unfortunate. Really cool to see a Mega Blaziken from my opponent, though, and the Protect there actually helps out my Blaziken a lot, or excuse me, my Kangaskhan a lot, because otherwise he actually would have knocked out the Kangaskhan. Otherwise, yeah, I feel like Cresselia definitely would have been a pretty good Pokemon in that matchup, because once I eliminate the Yveltal ends up being really good, but that was a very intense first game, and Yveltal is always just a scary matchup against any team you're using. So, great game to my opponent there. Cool to see Mega Blaziken. Was not expecting to do a Rock Slide, definitely, but pretty cool attack on both the Groudon and the Blaziken. So, it's going to be it for the first game. Now we're going to look for our second match of today. Our second opponent of the day is going to be DJ from Kansas with a rating of 1709. DJ's rocking the Big Six variant team with Cresselia over Salamence, Kangaskhan, Cresselia, Xerneas, Smeargle, Groudon, and Talonflame. So, you know, not much of a surprise in terms of Pokemon here. Typically, there are a couple surprise moves on Smeargle, Groudon's build, and then, you know, whether it's offensive Cresselia, like a speedier version that we've seen more of, or the more defensive variant. But in terms of what I want to bring, this reminds me very much of yesterday's episode. And in that one, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's Talonflame and there's Groudon. If I can eliminate both, then Ferrothorn obviously can put in some work against Xerneas. But in yesterday's episode, my opponent didn't even bring the Xerneas. So I think I'm still going to go with Kang. I still like King Groudon as a lead, I think. And Ray Ferrothorn still. Weavile could be tempting because my opponent has Crest, but I feel like Crest isn't going to do very much for my opponent. So I'll bring Ferrothorn. In case my opponent ends up not bringing... Like, if he only brings one of two between Groudon and Talonflame, then that becomes even easier, because if I eliminate one, then Ferrothorn, you know, comes in. And Ferrothorn is just one of the best answers to Xerneas, but you still have to watch out for double targets and whatnot. So, gonna get into this game. Otherwise, yeah, in terms of Pokemon, not too much that's a surprise. I do believe Palchuo... No, he had Salamence, I think, over Talonflame. But, you know, he did win Massachusetts Regionals with the Big Six variant, so it's still looking as strong as ever. And we're going to see the Kang Smeargle lead from my opponent here against the Kangaskhan and Groudon. So there's some mind games here immediately. It's like, what do you do with the Smeargle? Do you stay inner focus? I could go for the same play I went for when I played against that Rayquaza Ho-Oh team, where I went for, like, the Fake Out and Eruption play turn 1. I could Fake Out Kangaskhan and go for the Eruption. Or I could Fake Out Smeargle. Because I'm not inner focus, basically have to Mega Evolve. I guess I could double Protect here as well. That would be interesting. Because my opponent could risk going for a Fake Out onto Kangaskhan. Although I guess that's pretty risky. I think I'm going to Fake Out an Eruption. I'm feeling it. Because... Well, I mean, I guess if you're Smeargle, you know, if Kangaskhan risks the Fake Out, I mean, we'll see. He also could be Scarfed. So we're both going to Mega Evolve here. He Mega Evolves first, indicating he is max speed as well. Okay, no King Shield or Spiky Shield from that Smeargle, which is slightly problematic. Is he Scarfed, though? Oh, wow, he actually went for the Wide Guard. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that. So, he's not Scarfed, obviously. He's going to get a Moody boost here. Let's see what he gets. Going to be defense. That's actually really problematic. Though special defense falls. I think here I'm just going to Power Up Punch Eruption still. He could Wide Guard, sure. But nope, he's not going to Wide Guard, which is why I went for the Pup. So that works out nicely regardless of what he does here. He actually goes for a power-up punch of his own, which is actually really bad. I think I just pick up a double knockout here. He wins the speed type, but that doesn't matter too much here, obviously. And it's kind of interesting, you know, low kick you can threaten with the one-hit KO, but not the case if you're running power-up punch. Oh, that Smeargle's so bulky though, wow. But I think Eruption should pick up a double knockout here because we need to get the fake out chip damage off. So that Smeargle probably like bold with almost max HP and defense, which is not too much of a surprise. Yeah, but Groudon's Eruption picks up the double knockout. Gets a crit there on Kangaskhan, don't think that really mattered. And the reason why went for the Pup Eruption play was like, I was thinking, okay, Smeargle here is either going to go for a Wide Guard, a Follow Me, a Dark Void, or a Spiky Shield, like one of those four. So let's see, he protects, then the most he gets a double edge up against Groudon, but then he has to take a recoil, and then I can pick up a knockout. He's going to bring in Xerneas and Groudon, which is obviously really good for me here, because I can just double edge Earth Power, and on max speed as well. And like I said, if I eliminate Groudon, then the Ferrothorn, which I have in the back, just wins up the game, but I think the lead I have is already so monumental that I guess the only way my opponent can win this is if he, first of all, is max speed Groudon, and he wins the speed tie, and crits me, and connects with both. So I would say the odds are in my favor here. I'm going to just go for the double edge. You know, he's probably going to protect here, but if he doesn't, then I just win the game outright. And even if he does protect, then I still get the Earth Power off. So basically what my opponent needs to do here, if he's max speed Groudon, is win the speed tie, double connect with Precipice Blades, and get a crit. And like I said, he is going to be smart and protect Xerneas, but I'm okay with that. Just trying to deny the Geomancy whatsoever, so playing it safe here. I am just going to get the Earth Power off as well. Let's see if he's bulky enough to survive or whether it just picks up the knockout. He does hang on with a little bit of HP actually and gets the Precipice Blades off. No crit there though. Groudon hangs on with 26 HP. Nice. So I'll definitely bring in Rayquaza now. You're probably going to want to protect Groudon. I mean, I guess my opponent could still win with the double protect. But I'm just going to extreme speed Earth Power here. Like I said, the goal is to knock out Groudon. Once Groudon goes down, then Ferrothorn beats the Xerneas one-on-one. Although, if he has Hidden Power Fire, that'd be funny. But, it should be good here. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess I could have popped in Earth Power Groudon, but, like, if I commit too hard there and Xerneas gets a Geomancy up, that's bad. And I thought Earth Power maybe knockout, but I guess you're either max speed, so you are not invested to survive, or you're a little bit bulkier with EVs to survive this Earth Power. But here you definitely have to protect Groudon. If you don't protect Groudon, then it's also game over. But I don't want to take that risk because I don't want Groudon getting an attack off. And Xerneas here could either Geomancy or just Moonblast, and he is going to protect Groudon. But like I said, it's still fine with me. Let's see what Xerneas goes for. Extreme Speed's going to fail. I'm actually faster with Groudon too, that's interesting. And getting a special defense drop, that's nice. He's going to be smart in Geomancy here. I suppose if he gets a double protect, yeah. Kind of hate that it came down to a double protect possibility of my opponent winning. But, yeah, it is what it is. I think here, yeah, he just goes for the double and goes for a Dazzling Gleam. So I'll just extreme speed. Yeah, there's no point in attacking, I'll just protect. So yeah, I mean, both times he had to go for the protect he needed to, but I played thinking like, okay, even if he gets it, I still should be good. Although it does come down to whether he gets a double or not here. And he fails, so I do get the win. But yeah, you'd imagine, you know, I wouldn't have to deal with the double protect stress. I'm trying to think, like, let's say, I think double edging into Xerneas definitely was the right call there, but maybe going Dazzling, or Earth Power and Dragon Ascendant into Xerneas would have been a better call there. Since Groudon's not doing very much anyway, I guess. But I was playing, was like, okay, if I eliminate the Groudon, which I just did, then now Ferrothorn comes in and wins the game. And, of course, double protecting odds now are slimmer, being 1 in 3. But, you know, those aren't really great odds still. Like, you want to win games 100%, not like, you know, leave it down to like 67% or whatever the chances are. So I think, yeah, I should have Dragonus into Xerneas there, expecting the Groudon protect. But the first double edge into Xerneas, I don't mind too much. He's just going to Dazzling Gleam. If he had Hidden Power Fire there, he actually could have won. but obviously you don't see Hidden Power Fire very much on Xerneas, so this Gyro Ball should be able to just seal up the deal. If not, they could be scary, but I don't think a Moonblast will knock me out anyway, since the Ferrothorn's pretty bulky. Yep, and Gyro Ball picks up the knockout onto Xerneas. Xerneas evidently pretty bulky as well, given the fact that it was slower than the Groudon, so it's probably your modest nature, like little speed investment as well. Very high HP defense and special attack investment, and some special defense as well. So, you know, that was the first couple turns played out really well, and then I walked into obvious protects, but like I said, I was okay with that. But if anything, like, I think the second attacking into the Xerneas would have been a better idea, since the protect from Groudon was so obvious. Other than that, that was a really exciting game, and yeah, one that, you know, my opponent, it just shows how good a late game Xerneas can be, because even though I had such a good early game lead, he was still able to bring it back by making smart protects and whatnot. But it's one of the games where you don't need to overextend, you can just walk safely until it protects, knowing if you get it, or if your opponent doesn't get that protect off, you win the game. And they kind of have to, but you know, sometimes opponents will know that and they'll make a really ballsy play. So ended up playing safe, ended up working out okay, but a little bit scary because it came down to a double. But two really exciting games today. Pretty cool to see a Mega Blaziken in the first one, and then just a close one in the second one. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.